What's up guys, Marcello here from Wandering Trader. I'm just getting my notes ready here. Today we're going to be talking about the cost of living in Costa Rica. If you guys are looking to move to Costa Rica at all, for all the prices that I'm going to be giving you guys, okay, for all the prices I'm going to be giving you, you're going to raise about 20% if you're going to be in just outside, drop 20% if you're just outside San Jose, or if you're in any of the small beaches outside the country. If you're going to be going to San Manuel Antonio, which is where we're at right here, I'll give you guys a little bit of a tour, or the upper west part of the country, which is called Guanasca, right? The beach is in the upper left. You're gonna increase it by 10% depending on where we're at. We're here. It's a beautiful, beautiful office. Let me show you guys a bit of the view. You guys can see here. I'm gonna show you. I day trade for a living. For those of you guys that don't know, so I want to show you guys my open positions, which is about $3,600 so far. So in terms of San Jose, if you guys are going to be living in or want to live in San Jose, I don't know why you guys wouldn't want to go and live somewhere in some of the beaches, because obviously the internet works and living on the water is living on the water. Santa Ana is furthest from the city, but it's a very up and coming and it's a beautiful neighborhood. Escazú, which is where I'll be at the end of the week doing an event for our traders. It's the most modernized of all the neighborhoods in San Jose. And it sits in between Santa Ana and the metro in San Jose, so keep that in mind as well. And La Sabana as well. La Sabana, it's a major park in the area, which is great, and it's a little bit newer. It's near a bus station. There's newer construction, and it's very close to the stadium and by the embassy. So those are the three neighborhoods that I'd recommend if you guys are going to be going to San Jose. Other than that, if you're going to be buying property, it's 2017. If you're looking for buying property in Costa Rica, you're looking at about $140,000 to $160,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's about 130 meters. I don't know what that is in square feet. That's probably about, I'm not even going to try it, but it's about 130 square meters. If you guys want to look on Google, convert 130 square meters to square feet. 110,000 or so for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Built about 10 years ago. All right. The cost for rent, if you guys are going to be living or trying to live in San Jose, again, I don't know why you guys wouldn't be going out here to the beach. It's a beautiful, beautiful property. I'll give you guys a bit of a pan here in the video so you guys can see the property that we're at. It's actually pretty cheap as well for this kind of place. The monthly rent is going to be cheaper, but it's really hard to find good deals in Costa Rica. The property above that I talked about, or just a moment ago, where you're looking at a 2-bedroom, 3-bath, or 2-bedroom, 2-bath, give or take, you're looking to spend about $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month. If you're looking at an Airbnb, renting from a local whenever you're traveling somewhere, FYI, is always going to be cheaper, okay? So obviously it's a little bit harder when you first get to a country. I've had really, really good luck in Craigslist, which I wouldn't recommend anymore, because a lot of people really don't use Craigslist anymore. But it's always going to be a lot cheaper looking for an unfurnished place from a local, even a furnished place from a local, rather than looking on Airbnb, because Airbnb can get very, very, very expensive. You're looking at $40 to $50 a month for a day, sorry, for an Airbnb. You do the math, 30 days, it's about $1,500 or so. So it's a lot cheaper to go with a local. If you obviously more benefits means higher costs. Obviously you can have a washer, but if you have a dryer as well, for those of you guys that don't know, dryer is what raises the cost of electricity the highest of all. So I think your iron also drags a lot of electricity as well. So if you have a washer and a dryer, you're looking at probably $75 to $100 a month, okay? If you don't have a dryer, or if you have a maid wash your clothes by hand, which obviously you can do that in Costa Rica, you're looking at about $50 a month. TV and internet, because obviously that's what we're going to need. Most of you guys might need internet rather than TV. You're looking at about $45 a month for TV. Cell phones, for those of you guys that don't know, with cell phones, all you have to do to use it overseas is unlock the phone. In the United States, most of you guys buy phones that are locked to many of the service providers. So just make sure it's unlocked, or buy an unlocked phone from Amazon. I think the new Google Pixel or the One Plus, which is a solid phone, comes unlocked if you want to buy those online. Cell phone is going to cost you about $25 a month. Okay, now getting around is going to be a little bit tricky, because obviously you can take the bus system if you want to save money and do like the locals do, but if you don't speak very good English, that's something that's going to be very hard, because a lot of people, they might understand how are you or how much or things like that, but most people, I wouldn't say most, I'd say a lot of people speak a lot of broken English. So it's going to be really hard for you guys to use the bus system if you don't speak Spanish, so keep that in mind. There are taxis everywhere. I know here they have Uber now. I've taken Ubers everywhere. You shouldn't have a problem at all here in Costa Rica, like in some other countries. Mexico, it's legal, so it's literally legit, whereas in Colombia, you're gonna have to make sure you sit in the front. I've never had any personal problems, but obviously you can have some problems over time. It is legal here. If you're looking for a gym is gonna cost you about $50 a month. And obviously with the neighborhoods that I gave you, the much higher class neighborhoods, these things are going to be probably the highest that they can be, like $50, $55 a month. Whereas if you go to a much more local neighborhood, or a, let's say, a lower high class neighborhood, you're probably going to be able to find something a little bit cheaper. For those of you guys that are looking for a maid and a chef, you're probably looking at about $800, and you can see the difference in how much lower things cost in Costa Rica. In the States, I think we can't find rent for a one-bedroom or a studio in a lot of cities for $1,000 or $2,000. And here, $2,000, you can cover, I'd say, 90% of your bills with a maid and chef. If you have a maid and a chef who can do the same thing, then obviously it'll be a little bit cheaper. Some of the restaurants in San Jose, you should try Machu Picchu and Cafe Mundo. Those are very, very good. I'm going to give you guys the prices here as well. For groceries, good old Walmart. Good old Walmart exists here in Costa Rica, so you can definitely pop in the Walmart. They have Auto Mercado. They also have Más X Menos, Más X Menos. Those are the three main chains, and you can also find Price Mart, which is a wholesale place for the 16-year-olds, or you know, the people who are trying to accommodate, let's say, money-wise. There's an ice cream place here that's very popular that my friend wanted me to recommend, and I keep looking down because I'm looking at my notes, obviously. There's a place called Pops. It's they're everywhere, especially in San Jose. You should definitely try that, because it's ice cream in San Jose. For groceries and things like that, let me give you guys the information. I'm just looking at my notes here. The cost of groceries are probably going to be about 25% higher than in the US, okay? The manufactured products, because they have to be imported into the country, like, you know, your Heinz ketchup, all that good stuff. It's probably relative, or about 10 or 20% higher in terms of meat products, and the same are standard with about vegetable products. Here, they're not very big producers for a lot of products. It is an agriculture economy. But some things in terms of food and things like that might be a little bit higher than what you're used to in the States. The grocery bill, I can give you guys an example grocery bill for a man and a woman, like two people. It's probably about $40 a week, 4, 8, 12, 16. So in the States, I was paying about $200, $300 a week. That was, what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, before I left to travel around the world. So that's what you're looking for in terms of groceries. And your local typical restaurants, if you're gonna go out to eat at all, you're looking at probably $4 to $8 a plate. Standard restaurants, which is a little bit higher end, I'd say about $10 a plate. And any of your foreign chains, and this is a rule of thumb anywhere you go to travel around the world, Burger King, McDonald's, things like that, you're looking at probably 1.5 times what it costs in the US, because they actually import all the products from the American company, or they pay the American company to import the product. So that's what you're looking for in terms of cost. You know, if I were to choose to live in Costa Rica, I would definitely choose one of these small beach towns here in Quepos, near the south, about 3 or 4 hours away from Costa Rica. It's absolutely, absolutely beautiful. The weather is great. It rains about 50% of the year. So if you're looking to come here and stay here for a while, you're looking at probably, make sure you stay or you come in between mid-December to April. That's probably the best time because that's the dry season. So after that, guys, I think that's all. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the view here. Enjoy the view here in Costa Rica. Let me know if you guys have any questions and we will talk to you soon. Ciao.